On last turn, we are discussing about operator precedence parsing. And just see this parsing is applicable only on expression grammar. Okay, to solve the various expression having the operators. And so you just see this grammar, this expression grammar. Here we have the various operators, and where to the power operator has highest precedence and right associative. This multiplication and division next highest left associative, plus and minus lowest precedence left associative. This is the computed precedence relation. Okay, I have told you that we use this precedence relation for the parsing. Means to decide the parsing action, we just refer the current input symbol pointed by input pointer and top symbol on top of stack. And accordingly, we refer the particular, suppose current input symbol is ID and ID and your top of stack has this minus. So in that case, you will get this precedence relation. ID has precedence over minus. So no, this is stack symbol. This is input symbol. Okay, top of stack you have ID and current input symbol is minus. In that case, you will get this relation, and accordingly you can decide the action. Action is reduce. In reduce action, you have to go back in search of this relation between two consecutive terminal symbol. The string between this and this relation will be the handle. Okay. But for operator precedence parsing, means you to store this very table is complex. So what we do, we store table in an array, two-dimensional array, having this information. Actually, we define two functions, f function and g function. Okay, means suppose we have two terminal symbol, means A and B, then and having this relation, then f of A, the value, function value of f of A will be always greater than f of B, g of B, GB. Okay. Similarly, if we have this relation, then f of A has less value than GB. You can see your suppose the same case we have to identify. We have ID and minus. The So we have to look for FID and G minus. FID is 6 and G minus is 1. So 6 is greater than 1. So relation between ID and minus is this. ID has precedence over minus. And you can see we have this relation. Okay. So now next question is how to compute this table. Okay. To compute this table, we have to first find out this f and g function, what it means. So see the algorithm to compute the f and g function for various terminal symbol. We first assign function f function and g function. Okay, it is g of a for each symbol a. Now we look for this relation between two terminal symbol, and if we have this relation, in that case FA and GB will be in same group. Okay, using this we partition the symbols into group. Okay, and then for each group we create a node. You just see here. You just consider the now we are going to discuss the assignment of value to the f function, g function. For the example we have discussed last term, that is, we have ID plus asterisk and dollar. Here we have ID plus asterisk and dollar. Here relation is this, relation is this, relation is this. You can refer. ID is this, plus and plus, left associated this, plus and asterisk this, and here we have this. Relation is this. It has higher precedence. So higher precedence, this, and here this. This relation we have computed on last term. Now for each symbol we introduce f function and g function. Okay, so see, we don't have this relation. So each function, each group has single function. Okay, so for each group we have to now create a node. Node is like this. First see FID, a node of the graph, GID, a node of the graph, G asterisk, a node of a graph, F asterisk, then here F plus G plus GID, here FID. We have these nodes. Now for precedence relation, if we have AB, then you must have a node FA and GB, and if it has this relation, then there is an arc from GB to FA. If we have this relation between A and B, then FA to GB. Okay, so use this ID and plus ID and plus FID G plus FID to G plus FID to G plus. Okay, then FID to G asterisk, FID to G asterisk, this, and FID to GID. Okay, next F plus from GID, F plus from GID, this GID, F plus. F plus to G plus, F plus to G plus, F plus from G asterisk, F plus from G asterisk, this, F plus to G dollar, F plus to G dollar, F plus to this is not ID, dollar. Okay, ID is here. F plus to G dollar. F plus to G dollar is this. Now see this asterisk row. GID to F asterisk. GID to F asterisk. Then F asterisk to G plus, F asterisk to G plus, this. Okay, F asterisk to G asterisk, and next F asterisk to G dollar, F asterisk to G dollar, this. Now see F asterisk from G plus GID, F asterisk from GID, this. F asterisk from G plus, this, and F asterisk from G asterisk, this. This is the graph. We have to construct this graph. If this,
sir, G function
क्या हो गया? देखो ये
सर जो G फंक्शन है सर,
हाँ बताओ,
वो वाला है क्या?
नहीं, ऐसा F फंक्शन यहां से आएगा, G फंक्शन ये है. हाँ,
ओके सर, ओके सर,
समझ गए?
यस सर, यस सर.
आपको अगर प्रॉब्लम हो तो पूछ लीजिए, क्योंकि किताब से हो सकता है आपको न समझ में आए. हाँ, इसलिए इस तरह से हम बना लेंगे. Now see what we have to do. We have to look into the graph. If this graph is cyclic, if there is any cycle in the graph, in that case, no precedence relation hold and you can't go for precedence operator precedence parsing. Okay. But here if you see this graph, there is no cycle. Okay. So now we can compute the table. Table is like this. You can compute the table. The symbols are ID plus asterisk dollar, F function, G function. For each means here you will enter the numerical value for FID. Okay, here F plus, F asterisk. Similarly, GID, G plus, G asterisk, and G dollar. Okay. Now, from each node, we compute the longest path. So to compute the longest path, just see, we start from terminal nodes. Terminal nodes means the node that don't have any outgoing arc. So G dollar and F dollar don't have any outgoing arc. So it means the path length for G dollar and F dollar is 0. We don't have any. Okay. Now see F plus and G plus. G plus, we have only one outgoing arc. So 1. It will always terminate on these terminal nodes. So G plus is 1. F plus 2 edges. So longest will be this. F plus to G plus to F dollar. So it is 2. Okay. Now G asterisk and F asterisk. You see G asterisk. G asterisk has 2 outgoing arc. One, it will give path length 1 directly to the terminal node, and here you see G asterisk to F plus to G plus to another. For larger means if you consider that very grammar, for here we have used only 4 terminal symbol, but if you consider the grammar for entire expression grammar, in that case there are several nodes. Then what we do, we just see, it will be 0. We have computed it will be 0 longest path. Here longest path is 1. Here longest path is 2. Okay. So you can use this G. If you use this path, then it will become 3 directly, only 0. So it will become 3. Okay. F asterisk here 1 plus 1 2, 1 plus 3 4, and it directly to terminal node 0. So this path, this will be the path here from F asterisk to G asterisk to F plus to G plus to this. So it will be 4. Now see FID, longest path is FID to G asterisk. FID to this means this path will give 1 plus 1 2. Okay, another 1. But if you use this path, so 1 plus 3, here you will get 4. Okay, and here in this case we have 3 outgoing arc. So here 1 plus 3, 1 plus 2 is 3, here 1, but here you will get 5. So you can give GID is 5. FID is 4. And then G asterisk is 3 and 4. So this is the, if you see, I have from book. Okay, see. Asterisk, see the 2 1 2 1 2 1 and here ID 4 5, you can see ID 4 5 4 3 4 3 and 0 0. So in this way you can compute the value. Okay. So this is the operator precedence parsing. Now come to the general parser to parse a language. Why parsing is required? Parsing is required to develop the understanding. Okay. So see, the general parser is called LR parser. LR parser means scanning of, in the case of predictive parsing, it is called LL parsing, means top down parsing. Here it is LR, bottom up parsing is LR parsing. In top down parsing, YLL is scanning of string from left to right. Second L for leftmost derivation, and the grammar is called LLK grammar, means K is the number of lookahead symbol to decide the parsing action. What action is to be taken. Similarly, here grammar is called LRK and the parser is called LR parser. Okay. First L for is scanning of a string from left to right, and you have seen in bottom of parsing we go for the rightmost derivation. We have defined the handle. Handle is the substring from a right sentential form. If we replace that substring, because that substring is handle is a substring matching one of the right side of the production. Okay, if we replace it by left side, then we will get the previous right sentential form of the derivation of that string. Okay, so means here in bottom up parsing, we get right sentential form in reverse order in each steps. Okay. So it is, this R is for right sentential form. K is the again look ahead symbol to decide the parsing action. Okay. If K is 1, means we are using only current input symbol to decide the parsing action. In that case, we can remove this. It is called simple LR. It is very popular parser. We have three type of LR parser. One is called SLR. Second one is called CLR. Third is called LALR. SLR means simple LR parser. CLR is canonical LR parser. LALR means look ahead LR parser. Actually, if you in your you have used a tool for generation of lexical analyzer, Lex tool. Similarly, we have a tool for automatic generation of parser. That is, name of tool is YACC. YACC means it is yet another compiler. Its name is yet another compiler. In Linux environment, as in the place of flags, you will get flags, although there is aliasing of flags on lags in Linux environment also. Means you can use lags as a command. Similarly, in Linux environment, we have Bison. Actually, these tools are the language development tools provided with the Unix operating system. Okay. And if you go to the history of the Unix operating system, C language is also for the Unix operating system. It is started with Unix operating system in mid-60s. And this your Linux, Ubuntu, these type of operating environments are cousin of the Unix operating system. So we have, so this YACC generates syntax analyzer, this LALR. Okay. So again, as we have discussed that how we lexical analyzer, Lex tool generate a lexical analyzer program. We will also discuss how YACC will generate a program that works as a syntax analyzer. So, but here we will discuss all three parser: SLR parser, CLR parser, and LLR parser. First, see the skeleton of the parser, how parser work. This is the model. It is same as your simple shift reduce parser work. There is a buffer, input buffer, where we have the string to be passed. Here we have a stack, okay, and LR parsing program. Here we have a table. This table is important. Okay. And the way of construction of table will say about the parser. Okay. It may be table for SLR parser. It may be the table for CLR parser. CLR parser means SLR means simple LR parser, and CLR means canonical LR parser, and LALR means look ahead LR parser. So you will see this table has two fields. One is action, another is go to field. We will see how we generate, how YACC will generate parser program. Actually, the operation of parsing is fixed. This parser will refer the current input symbol and top of stack. Okay. If you see the content of stack, in content of stack has two information. One is the grammar symbol, and second is state of parser. Okay, so and state is always on top. So here this parser will look top state and current input symbol. On the basis of that, it will decide the action. What action is to be taken? Okay. Action is given in this action field. Again, action is same. That is shift, reduce, accept, and error. Shift action in this action field, shift action is associated with an state. Shift n is the state. Okay. So what we do, if this parser says about the shift action, then we shift the current input symbol onto the stack. Suppose current input symbol is AI. So we shift AI onto the stack, and next, if shift n is written, then next is n. Next state is n. And now suppose here next symbol is AI plus 1. Then next parsing action will be decided on the basis of top state, that is this n, and AI plus 1 current input symbol. Suppose this action is reduce, means in this action field you have the reduce action, reduce by this production A2 alpha, means we have, it is bottom up parsing, so you have alpha here on top of stack. So what we have to do, we have to pop out mod alpha into two symbol of the stack. Okay, why mod alpha into two symbol? Because for each terminal symbol, not terminal symbol, and in the content of stack is the grammar symbol. Okay, so each grammar symbol is associated with that state. Means suppose this is AI, then n state xm, this is state xm minus 1, this is state. Okay, so if Mod alpha is 3, means we have 3 symbol on right side of the production. Then we have to pop out 6 symbol of the state stack. Why? 3 symbol matching with the right side of the production and 3 more symbol representing the state associated with that. Okay, so you have to pop out 6 symbol of the stack and push in the left side of the production, that is A. Okay, but now you have pushed in A, then it must be associated with an state. So for that we just compute, suppose after popping out 6 symbols from the stack, top state is M. Okay, then we push in A and refer this go to field. In go to field you will have go to AM. Suppose here S is written a state number. Okay, so what we do, after popping out 6 symbol of the stack, you have to push A, left side of the production, followed by S, a new state. And from where we have got this S? Yes, we got from go to field. By referring A, M is the top state after popping out mod alpha into 2 symbol of the stack. Okay. Next, if generally if current top of stack it is dollar, input pointer is pointing to dollar, and here you have a state N. So if we have M, that is top state, and dollar, except in that case your parser will announce for successful completion of parsing. And if it tries to refer any location, any reference in this format, and there is no entry either in action field or in go to field, then there must be an error, and this error should be handled by the error handler. Okay, so this parser has 4 output on the basis of current input symbol and top state and this, and these actions are defined in action field. Okay, this is the way how this parser work. This parser means it may be SLR, CLR, or LALR. All parser work in same manner. Okay. See, here it is given configuration of the parser. Configuration, this is the content of up to here, it is content of stack. And here we have the input string to the from the input pointer, input string from the position of input pointer to the right up to the dollar. Okay, you just see here. This is the string, and this is the configuration. Okay, so the configuration of the parser content of this stack as well the content of input buffer. Actually, we don't have any symbol to the left of the input pointer because we have to shift that symbol from input buffer to onto the stack as per the action of shift. Okay, so you will get this is the, and if you remove the states S0, S1, these states from the configuration, you will get the right sentential form. Okay. Now, this configuration, if we have this configuration, then SM and AI, M, action, SM state on top of stack, and AI is the current input symbol. We'll say about the action. Action is shift S. Shift S means this AI is shifted. You just see here, AI is shifted onto the stack, and S is the state, new state. S is get installed, and remaining symbol configuration of the parser is get changed. Okay, what we have discussed. Similarly, if this action is reduced, as in this case, ये समझ में आ रहा है आप लोगों ना? Same thing